Welcome to another special edition. I don't know why it's a special edition, but it is, of the MMO Bookclub podcast. Welcome to another. Oh, I'm hearing myself. No, edition. Terrible. Okay, let me start over. I don't want to edit that out. All right. Hello. Welcome to another edition of the MMO Bookclub podcast. I think I said it wrong that time. Great start. We're off to a great start. My name is Nay, and thank you guys for listening and hanging out with us as usual. Got another fun show in front of us today, but I'm not alone. Of course, had to have some backup on this one. Got two awesome dudes with me. Have Para out with me. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. And we have Vorgax. How you doing today?
Same as always, man.
Good. I think you guys are
medium.
I think you guys are about tied for attendance on these podcasts. You guys are definitely the regulars, but I think you guys have been on about the same number of episodes. I think. I'll figure it out later, but I'm glad you guys are both here this week, because Paragon missed the last one, and we were all very upset about that. But enough.
I missed the last nomination one, yes. Not the last podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, the one for last month. Yeah, speaking of nominations, that's what we're doing today. That's the name of the game. We got some nominations to talk about. Actually got a shorter list this time than usual, just because this ended up happening a bit later than I probably should have done it. So that's my fault. So we don't have as many games to talk about. But just to run over them real quick, for those who maybe weren't paying attention to the vote cycle, or if you're listening to this at a later time, all the games we had for this nomination in order were Star Trek Online, Tree of Savior, Earth and Beyond, Wakfu, I think is how you say that, or Wakfu, I'm not sure, Age of Conan, Bless Online, Dransic, Secret Role Legends, DC Universe Online, and Old School RuneScape. That's a mouthful. And so most of those didn't make the cut as to be expected. So we're down to the final three, the last three contenders. We have, I believe, maybe the most common, returning contender in the book club. I could be wrong about that. EverQuest 2 might be on there or something, but this thing's definitely a contender. Secret World Legends is a finalist once again, and as of this time, 12:42 p.m. on Monday, it is currently winning the vote. And why am I saying who's winning the vote? Because we're doing things a little different this month. If you hadn't actually noticed, or again, if you're listening to this at a later date, we mixed it up a bit this month. We're doing multiple/reaction voting. And Vorgax, you were kind of the one who ran this whole thing. What made us go with reaction multi-voting this time? What do you think? What caused that?
Well, we've been talking about options for introducing a multiple vote option for a long time. And after talking about it, we decided to give it a go.
Yeah, for sure. And how do you think it's going? You think it's been any more of any different kind of result, or?
I think it may skew the results a little, that everyone can see where the results are at right in the moment of voting, or live at any time.
Yeah.
But the results aren't much different from what I'd expect.
Yeah, that's sort of my feelings on it too. The numbers weren't much different, but as far as being able to see the standings of votes, I think that's an interesting twist on things. Secret World just lost a vote as I said that, so things change rapidly.
Yes.
Yeah, Paragot's just I don't want that thing to lose. That's the one I want. You're going against his wishes right here.
Yeah, we saw that with Bless in the preliminary, where it had over 20 votes at some point, but by the time the vote closed, it was down to 14.
Yeah, that people really swerved away from Bless. That's the thing. For people who didn't pay attention to the live voting, that was the biggest plot twist right there, was that Bless didn't make it to the top three, because as soon as it went in there, it was getting a bunch of votes, and everyone was saying, well, that thing is going to win. And then it kind of was, Secret World was sort of coming up on its heels, and I was saying, well, it will definitely be in the top three at least. We'll see what actually wins. Didn't even make it to the top three. Probably the biggest surprise for me since the whole Neverwinter winning and then winning again plot arc of the book club so far. So that was very surprising for me, and I'm very curious to see who's going to win now, because I think all three games are actually interesting choices, and they don't have the paywall behind it that Bless does, which I think was probably the main thing that drove people away from Bless, other than its gameplay mechanics, which I know Paragot has some opinions on. Were you going to say something? Oh, on Bless's gameplay mechanics?
Oh no, I'll keep my opinions to myself.
Okay, he thinks it's bad. We'll just put it out there. I'll out his opinion right there. But it's all right. We're all entitled to our opinion. I'm not even gonna say that he's wrong. I'm just gonna say that that's his opinion. But yeah, so that's kind of how things have been going this month. And no point in us really going over the other games that didn't make it. As fun as it is to compare them all, but it is what it is. Dranzic is probably a bad game. I was gonna say it sucks, but I'm gonna say it probably sucks. I'll give it a little bit of benefit of the doubt. That game probably wouldn't have done very well. And other than that, though, I think
who's to say?
Who's to say, right? Well. What if it was the biggest hit that we ever had? I guess you never know. I thought Star Trek could have been an interesting pick. I thought, personally, Whackfit would have been a really cool game. I might actually just start playing that on my own. I think it looks kind of cool. Like, I remember enjoying its sort of predecessor, Dofus, back in the day. And Age of Conan.
I haven't heard of it, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, it's a unique game. It's like a turn-based isometric strategy, like, tactics game. Like, there's not really much else out there like it, which I think is kind of neat about it. Whereas there's a billion games like, Bless, for example. Fantasy, Hotkey, I don't know, whatever. You don't need to get into that. These are all irrelevant games. So let's talk about the ones that do matter. Let's talk about these nomination games. So first on the list here, I'll just go down in order as usual. First we got good old Secret World Legends. I found a new video this time. It's not going to be the same one, although probably the same thing's happening. Let's switch over to the video view here. I think actually I have the stream delay pretty minimal right now, so I think there's not going to be too much delay between what you guys see and what I'm seeing, which is nice. So let me go and full screen that. Okay, so yeah, here we got Secret World Legends. So what are we thinking about this game? I know we've talked about this thing so many times. Like, there's not we've said it all that there really is to probably say about it, but
every month. Yeah.
But as far as it being a potential game for June, is this something you guys would be wanting to participate in? Is this something you're looking forward to potentially being the reality, or
what? Reality?
Perry, are you awake, bro? Are you with us? Like, you playing Hearthstone right now?
What do you
I think
mean by reality?
I'm saying, like, this might be the game that wins. Like, how are you feeling about that? Is this something you want to play?
Great.
Okay, cool. All right, how about you, Boris?
I don't know about this character design.
Yeah, I don't know about this, like, Heihachi looking dude here, but the budget Heihachi here. Boris, I can't remember, have you played this at all, or is this something you'd be interested in?
I've played this to level somewhere around the second zone.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's about where we got to when we briefly
a couple of
tried
hours,
last time.
at least.
I think it's a neat game. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The main draw of Secret World is the story, the setting, the investigation missions you get put on, where you're having to, like, look up real world references to things. It gets deep, and of course, that stuff is all stuff that, especially the investigation stuff, you can bypass that if you're not interested. Just Google the answers, and which at that point, you're kind of taking away the experience from yourself, and you might not enjoy it as much if you're not letting yourself. But obviously not everyone's going to be into that stuff, but it's a different game, and I think the setting is pretty cool. And I don't know what this guy, I don't know what that was. Okay. This video is going places. I don't know. It's like a review, so I guess it's like a clip show. It's not just gameplay.
Sure.
So now he's playing someone else. Yeah, TOS, by the way, on the Naked Lady. It's part of the game. It's not my fault. High art, okay? Yeah, I don't know. I think Secret World would be a pretty cool thing. The combat is... Okay, now they're showing clips from Airplane. Alright. This is a weird piece of footage. You can skip around there.
Good clip.
I keep getting thrown off by this guy's, like, random, like, non sequiturs that he's throwing into his review clip. My apologies for that. But yeah, so I would definitely be playing Secret World if it wins the nomination. I think it's a neat game. I'd like to get back into it and see more of it past what me and Paragot saw already. And
I'm not looking forward to the first zone again.
yeah, the first zone is rough, especially if you've
It's
seen it already.
it's a bit off-putting
Yeah,
to me, at least.
we'll have to make sure we
Um,
tell people like stick with it. It'll get better because the first zone, like, it's okay, but it definitely feels like dated. Like, I don't know.
It's
But,
just
yeah,
walk around the town and kill the same dudes.
yeah, a lot of like
Until you level up a lot.
FedEx quests
But
and go.
after that, it did pick up for a bit until I stopped playing.
Yeah. The second zone is where things I think get a little more interesting. And you get like a dungeon you can do, which I know some people were saying they hate the dungeons. Like some people in Discord were saying that, but that's all subjective stuff. But yeah, I think it's an interesting game, and I think it would be something a little different for us as a book club. Like just the way the game kind of works and the pace of it is something different. The way you gear out, and it could be nice for a change of pace. So I endorse it. I think it'd be an interesting game, and I'll definitely check it out if it wins.
All right, I'm ready to talk about it.
Okay, are you with us now? You beat your Hearthstone match?
Are you sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah, I was busy before, but now I'm here.
Yeah, you good. You good.
Priorities
so
I got. Sheesh.
Let's all vote for Secret World Legends.
Yeah, Paraguay is
Because
definitely
it's,
shilling for Secret World right now because
It's a fun game. It's got a lot of great story elements. The story is probably the best part about it. It's a lot of people want to harp on it for its combat, and yes, the combat's kind of just okay, but that's not the reason why you play this game. You play this game because you just get lost in its story, and the story is great.
oh, sorry,
Yeah,
there was an outfit on screen.
Oh,
To
now I see
interject
it.
at that point, I did not get into the game. I did not care about the story.
All
I
right.
skipped investigation missions because it's too boring.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is
So,
that
I
those
did not
are
get into the game that way, apparently.
yeah. Well,
And at least not this game.
And the fact that you can skip the really involved ones, I think, is good because you don't have to do the really involved stuff like that. But it's there if you like it. If you just want to do the more typical like MMO progression side of it, then that's an option for you as well. I got someone in the chat asking how to vote. I guess we should probably go over that in case there's other people listening who don't know. We do have voting channels set up. Seeing the channel requires you to have the status called Bookworm, which requires you to get level 5, and that is attained by you chatting with us, essentially.
Yeah.
So just
Usually you can see the voting channel even if you don't have Bookworm. But this month, since it's reaction,
oh right,
only Bookworms and above can see it.
that's right. Usually you can't see it. But you just can't type in there without the stats. That's right. I forgot that we had to change it.
So
for
it's
that.
not visible to.
Why are we seeing WoW? What is this?
Yeah, he showed wow, dude. He's going places with this stuff. So I think and he's showing some other game. He's showing EVE Online right now, and
amazing.
there. I don't know what game this is. Is that Rift? I don't know what that was.
That's Rift.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this guy's going places with his review. So to wrap it up, I think Secret World. He's making it rain. It's in some ways, compared to the other two games, in some ways, it's sort of like the most traditional MMO.
It is.
But,
it is probably the most story-rich, I would assume.
Yeah, totally that. But just compared to TOS and to RuneScape, I mean, it's probably closest to your more typical modern MMO. Like it's just like third person and the action combat and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're more into that, it's something maybe a reason to vote for it too. And he's banned from the forums. Okay, so I think it's time for us to move on from Secret World.
The Muppet hands on the keyboard was my favorite.
Yeah, the Muppet hands on the keyboard was really something. So yeah, that's Secret World. If you're into that, make sure you toss that upvote on the vote. Get your opinion on there. It's still sitting at 19 currently. We haven't swayed anyone yet, but maybe with time.
Vote for it.
Vote for it, according to Paragon.
Vote, but not for that. Vote
Not
for what you want to play. That's the general.
Vote for what you want to check out.
Yes. Vote for what you want to play, but
Audio.
vote for Secret World Legends if you want to play
So
Secret World
unprofessional.
Legends.
Yeah, totally. Alright, so the second game on the list is Tree of Savior. This is a action MMO isometric perspective. It's been on the nomination before, although I think that might predate the podcast. I can't remember.
I want to interrupt you real quick by saying it's not really like I don't think it's an action RPG like Diablo 3. It's a little different.
It is a little different. It's not quite as fast paced as something like Diablo. It's not the gameplay loop is not in that. It is like open world. There is dungeons and things like that, but everything mostly takes place in the open world. There is a quest line and a story that takes you through stuff. The story is not anything to write home about. The translation is very spotty at times. It doesn't often make much sense, but each zone has its own kind of storylines, and there is an overarching story that you're going through. This game is basically a spiritual successor to Ragnarok Online, which some people have fond memories of. I personally never really played it, but it is a very cool look to me. I love the graphics of it. I think the isometric thing actually is not like a hindrance at all. I think it plays really nicely. It doesn't play as quickly as Diablo, like we said, but I still think it does have like a good feel to it. There's a real satisfying like pop to killing stuff. If you play with the controller, there like it vibrates like when you pop monsters and stuff. Like they have cool design choices like that, which I think makes for a cool gameplay experience. But as far as being an MMO, I think one of the biggest problems that the game has, which might not be a problem depending on your perspective of it, but something that I think may have trouble doing well as a book club game is that it's the way you progress and the way you advance in the game, and the whole arc is that it's basically just grinding mobs. There's not much else to it. You just kill stuff over and over and over. You do get XP items that you can use to gain XP, so it's not purely XP from killing. Like, you kind of double up on it by doing quests, and then you get these XP cards that you turn in for levels up and stuff like that, but you're getting those by killing stuff, so pretty much you're just killing stuff all the time, and in that way it is kind of like a Diablo game. It's a bunch of mass killing. You're just murdering stuff all day.
Yes, it does feel like one of those games, but slower.
Yeah, it's not like a Path of Exile replacement game or anything like that. It's kind of its own thing. There's a ton of classes you can go over, which it just flashed on the screen. They showed a bunch of the classes, and I think that's probably the other real interesting thing about it, to me at least, is that there is a pretty insane number of different classes you can go and different builds you can run.
Right, it starts out with 4, and then you can get access to a bunch more, right?
Yeah, like you can. So like every certain amount of levels, you basically can choose: do I want to move on to something else, or do I want to advance the one I'm in already to the next tier? So if you start as like a swordsman, when you get to the first tier, I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head like what the class progression looks like, but it's essentially like, oh, do I want to move on to be like a shield wearing tank, or do I want to go like swordsman tier 2 and get extra abilities and improve this class? And there's a ton of combinations you can do like that, which is pretty nice. But the problem with that stuff is that it's like that's your decision that you're making. You can't respec that stuff. So if you decide you want to change your character, you just got to make a new character. So that's sort of the downside of it. So it's not as like flexible with experimenting, assuming you're not willing to just like restart. But yeah, that's pretty much Tree of Savior. I mean, I think, did you play it, Paragon, when it came out? I can't remember.
Not when it came out, but I did play it for like 40 minutes like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, it's okay.
What about you, Vori? Have you played the game at all?
I played it a little bit the last time it was nominated.
Okay, yeah, you went and checked it out.
Yeah. So
I've put
a little bit, a couple of hours.
I've put probably like, well, across different characters it would be hard to say, but my main character I've probably put like 24 hours into. It's a cool game. I do worry that people would get bored of the grind. Like, even for me, enjoying the game, I had to kind of limit my time playing because it gets pretty repetitive.
Yeah, someone said that the trim rate of an MMO is how well they mask the grind.
Yeah, totally. And
what game is this?
Oh, wait.
Tree of Savior.
Who sounds like a
This is Dwarf God.
Oh, hey, what's up? Dude, you sound like you're underwater. What's going on, man?
I'm in Maine right now.
You're in Maine?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Oh, there's no electricity out there. No wonder you sound so bad.
No, there's not only no electricity out here, there's nobody up here.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I thought I heard someone in the background. Was that just the echo?
Oh, they're my friends in the background. I think we doubled the population of this place.
Oh, okay, awesome.
When we traveled over the border.
Yeah, perfect.
You guys want to do a loot box opening real quick? Vorgy, can you do that for me live?
Oh yeah, we got 2 loot boxes then, because we're gonna open one for Was that Mon who wanted it as well? Yeah, Mon wanted his open as well. So got the double loot box. So here, don't do it yet. Let me switch over to Discord. We'll take a little.
Already
Oh, I
open.
already opened doors.
Oh, dude, hold on. Let me.
No, I'm gonna
Just got my
do the
emoji
other one
back.
really quick before you get switched over.
I got my emoji back.
Oh boy.
Which emoji?
I'm putting Feels Trump back in there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course he is. Here, let me. There we go.
I'll do it when I get home.
Okay, so yeah, as we can see, Dwarf God here won his emoji back. So that's probably the perfect prize for you because I know you've been wanting that thing for a while.
Yeah, me and Fagnuck.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, so let's open.
The only two people who ever used it.
All right.
We'll do Mons as well. You got it.
Who's opening? What's going on?
Looks like it says Vorgex was typing. I assume he's doing it.
Fucking hell.
Well, did you erase it or what?
I stopped because you started typing.
Oh well, I stopped before you stopped, so you do it. Here, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Go ahead.
Oh
go
my
ahead.
God! Did somebody just do it?
We're doing it. Okay, so here's Mons.
We're well coordinated here.
Mons loot box live. Oh, you got rolls 2 bronze. We'll absolutely do yours as well, of course. Definitely want to get this stuff done. All right, so here comes Mons. Here we go. Ready and go. Oh, rare prize. Let's see. Oh, building up tension. A lot
Why
of tension.
is there an 8-second pause? Jesus.
Oh, you can change your nickname.
Incognito. Nice.
Incognito Discord per. You can change your nickname so whatever you want. Mon, you can change your name to whatever you want.
Yes.
I will
I
say.
fixed it already.
Okay. Oh, wait, you fixed his name? Oh no, it's the same.
No, I gave the role.
Oh, the role. Oh, right. Okay, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, like, and we haven't really talked about this as a mod team, but I feel like the exception to that should be, like, if people want to put their character name next to their name, I feel like we should just do that.
Oh, we do that.
Okay, yeah,
People just ask and
I've
we
been
do it.
doing that too, and I just want to make, okay, well, I see Mon has a new name
Yeah.
now. That's good.
Oh, and revoked.
And revoked. So welcome, fat fuck, to the MMO Bookclub. That's his new permanent name.
Abuse of this will result in you losing it.
Wait, did he really lose it?
No.
Okay, good. I mean, that would be a pretty funny.
You can open 2 for bronze now.
Okay, yeah, cool. So let's do.
Oh, by the way, can I ask, how can you live with so many red notifications in your Discord?
Oh, look
How's
how.
it
A
possible?
lot.
Oh, if I here, this is. Hold on. I think the most was probably.
I'm having a fucking panic attack from all
Oh,
your Discord.
I left the one that had like 500 notifications. I had to suppress like the Eve Online one because I get like 20 a day from them, and that was annoying me.
Those are too many servers, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
well,
too many servers
I
as well.
I have Nitro, so I get emojis from every server. So I'm in like half of these are just for the emojis. So like I don't even talk in most of these. Don't worry. Like the ones at the top are the ones I actually like look at. Everyone else is just like emoji
Shit.
me. All right, so bronze gets 2 here. I'm a psychopath.
Yes.
I've been told that before. All right, so bronze number 1 here. Here we go. First loot box for bronze. Here we go. Oh, another rare prize, man. The luck is good today. Let's see what we get.
The bot is broken.
8 seconds.
Recalibrate
the bot's
the
broken. We
odds,
gotta get this going.
Astral.
Oh, bronze. Free
Ooh.
book wyvern. That's a pretty good prize, actually. So bronze doesn't have to do anything next month, and he gets a red name as soon as the cycle changes. So that's nice for him.
I want to go on record and say I really like that we're skipping over RuneScape.
No, we'll get back to
End the
RuneScape. Don't worry.
podcast right now.
No, we gotta talk
We
about.
don't need to talk about that game.
We can talk about
Yes, we
RuneScape.
do.
We gotta talk about RuneScape.
We do need to talk about it.
It's only fair. Okay, and so
I was the one who nominated it.
Uh-huh.
fair enough. You know, it has to get its time in the sun. All right,
but
Bryce, here
the
we go.
game the game really doesn't need anything to be spoken to.
Common.
It's an amazing game.
All right, well, yeah, that's the more expected prize right there. There's your magnum opus shard.
Nice.
So
You have to collect 25.
25 of those. Eyes of the
How do you
Furnace.
get 25?
You gotta open 25 of them.
25 more loot boxes or 24 more?
25
24 more
magnum
loot
opus
boxes.
shards.
Yeah.
Oh, what is the
So
point of that
the-
prize? That prize sounds pointless.
Well,
Oh,
The
it's-
furnace is only activated once you reach level 50.
you can get Eyes of the Furnace.
Yeah.
You can see all the edited posts and stuff.
It's
That's
amazing.
That's power. Is there any other loot boxes we got? Dwarf, you got any loot boxes?
I already got mine. I got
Yeah.
I got my first Trump
Oh
band
right,
back.
of course, you just did that. Good God. Okay.
If only I could get my loot boxes. I have so many.
Yeah, if
achievements.
only, man.
So
You're
sad.
missing out.
I have to step down as a mod just so I can get my.
Yeah,
loot
you gotta
boxes.
take a break, dude.
I really want
Really?
a loot box.
I
What's your achievement game looking like, Paragot? You got one
Two.
achievement. No, you got two. You got okay, dude. What? Why don't you go on and do like the deeds on Lotra? That's the easiest. Come on, bro. You could have
Actually,
gotten
that's the
that.
Because then
hard-
I'd have to launch the game, and I'd actually have to play it. There's a lot of things.
That took me like 2 hours to do. My friend who joined recently has two as well. I was hoping she could open a loot box, but she doesn't have enough achievements yet. So.
All right. Well, I just wanted to come in, say
Well, hey,
OSRS
before
is going to win.
yeah, see, before you take
It's a
off,
good game.
before we talk about RuneScape, you want to give like a 30-second shill before you run off?
Yeah, that's about RuneScape. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm saying like go for it. Like don't just say it's gonna
Okay,
win.
yeah,
Like why is it
um,
good? Here, RuneScape. Let me move
So
over.
why the reason why the game is good is it's pretty obvious. It's the best game that's ever existed,
Okay.
other than Lord of the Rings Online. So the only logical thing to do is to take the next step down from Lord of the Rings, is to work it down slowly rather than just plummet down to some garbage
You gotta
game.
like take baby steps when you're getting down from the best games. is what you're
Exactly.
Okay.
And there's endless amounts of things to do. You can do most of it free to play. You can obviously get a membership, which is $5 a month. And then you can, it's a very small download. You don't even need to download the game if you don't want to. And it's a lot of fun.
saying. What does the membership get you? Like what?
It gets you access to everything in the game.
Oh,
You
so
can like
other
go to
areas
member,
and stuff?
like member only realms and member only
Okay.
spots, locations. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you can still do most of it except for like 4 of the skills without but there's like a total of 28 skills, and you can only train 20. You can train 24 of them, I believe, if you don't have membership, or 25.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so RuneScape is the second best game ever made according to you. And so,
yeah,
and
it's
so
in the
that should-
running. It's in the running for number 1.
That's the
It
obvious
has the
one.
longevity that Lord of the Rings doesn't.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for the
All right.
elevator pitch on Lotra or RuneScape. What game are we playing? Yeah, thanks for the
Yeah.
elevator pitch on that. I hope that you enjoy Maine. Don't get eaten by.
I'm coming
moose.
back actually today, so I'll. I don't know how I'm gonna get my emote, but I'll figure it out once I get home today.
Yeah. Hurry up with that. The world is dying for more Donald Trump emotes in our Discord server. This is
That's a fact.
exactly
My
what
best
we
friend-
need.
My best friend sent me a picture today. He's in Manhattan. He's in the Trump Tower.
Hopefully he doesn't catch on fire or something. Heard that
I
that's,
told him that
that's happening a
place
lot
to
lately.
I told him that's the best place to die in the world.
You know what?
All right.
I can't argue that because I don't have any other
Sure.
to compare it to. So
Why
have,
not?
Have a good day, Dorf. Enjoy.
All right.
Enjoy.
Bye,
Maine.
guys. Just want to be a guest. So.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in, dude. All right. That was Dorf God, ladies and gentlemen. The
Well, so to contradict everything he said, I mean, just look at the game.
Paragot. Shut your fat mouth.
Fair guy is
Just look at the
very
game.
negative on.
RuneScape
on
is
RuneScape
an
right
all-time
now.
classic.
I played RuneScape when it was new, and I hated it.
Oh, I
Not new,
love
but
this.
like when I was in high school or whenever that was, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
I hated
16
it.
years ago, or
Hated it.
15 years ago, I broke my foot, and I played RuneScape for like 3 months straight.
And
while
that,
the
that
leg
was
healed.
more painful than the foot. No, I'm just kidding.
That was a pretty good time, man. That was a good summer, despite everything.
My history with RuneScape, and this there's no way for me to not sound douchey while saying it, so I'm just gonna embrace sounding douchey while saying it. when I was that age, 2002, 2003, whenever this game was like coming up, all my friends were playing it, and obviously the idea of like a free MMO at the time was like crazy novel. Like that's those games always cost money. This one's free. That's cool. I'm playing like EverQuest and Anarchy Online, and I'm just like, I don't need these like poverty free MMOs over here, guys. I got paid to play games that are far better, so I don't need this peasantry in my life right now. So I never actually played RuneScape in its heyday. But I did try RuneScape 3 not that long ago, which obviously is a very different game than old school RuneScape at this point. But
is that the current one?
Yeah, that's like whatever the modern RuneScape is, which actually is pretty cool. Like it's sort of that same, like it obviously it looks a lot better than this game just because it's newer and it has some better features.
So much better.
Which is irrelevant to this conversation, but I just wanted to say I think if that game took all of its ideas and stuff from old school RuneScape, I kind of get I get the excitement because it was actually
I missed that. Which game are you talking about?
The modern edition of RuneScape. Dude, Paragon is like,
I was shit posting. Sorry, what?
Are you sure you're awake, Paragon?
Yeah, like he's
Wait,
happier.
So the real question is why? If there's a newer version, why is the old one being voted for?
Because the game has changed. As I understand it, again, probably the worst person to ask about this, but as I understand, it's sort of like the Vanilla WoW situation. I think there's a gold seller spam.
Yeah,
on this
pretty
video.
much. It's vanilla RuneScape.
The game has changed so much over the years that people don't always like what they've done with the game, and I'm not just talking aesthetically. I'm talking about mechanically. So
yeah,
is it not the same game, just in a 3D environment?
No, I think the entire way you progress through the game and the combat, I think all that stuff is way different now. It
is.
The way that old school RuneScape looks is definitely primitive compared to how modern RuneScape is, which actually is I thought was actually a pretty cool game. I ended up playing that for a couple weeks. I don't know. It's
current
evolved.
RuneScape is very, very good in the modern standard. And old school RuneScape is just the vanilla version. It doesn't look fantastic, and it has less skills, I assume, and the mechanics are different. But it's a classic game.
Yeah,
and
it has a surprising amount of depth and it does stuff that it does. It has things that you now consider. Not that RuneScape necessarily was the only game doing them at the time, but it has things that are now viewed as classic staples of the MMO genre, the sandbox nature of it, and the way that a lot of stuff is built around it. I think is now it's viewed with a reverence that it I never expected it would gain, because I always viewed it, like I said, as this sort of this cheap free to play game that didn't really hold a candle to the quote unquote AAA games. But I don't think that's actually the case, and obviously it has this huge fan base now. And I think that's for a reason. It's not just people who grew up with the game and it's just it's a nostalgia trip for them. I think there must be something there. And so if that wins the vote, I'm curious to see if I can figure out what that is.
If this game wins the vote, I'll just play the new one.
Okay, there you go. We'll have a RuneScape 3 off-cycle group started. So it'll just be RuneScape all day in the book club. We'll just become the RuneScape club for a month. Then that would be a good plan. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think we covered probably all we can say about the game, since we don't have any real modern experience with old school RuneScape.
We don't.
But yeah, we heard from Dwarf God. He came in and shilled, which is always appreciated. And yeah, we talked about True Savior and Secret World Legends. Is there anything else you guys wanted to cover?
I've noticed that since we started the podcast, Secret World Legends has lost 2 votes.
So we're supposed to be encouraging.
Good.
Well,
that's amazing.
So that either
more
means
votes for old school RuneScape.
I was gonna say that maybe that means we're doing a bad job of selling Secret World, but maybe it just means we're doing a good job of selling the other games. But I know that's bad news for you. Hey, True Savior,
we're not selling games. We're giving out
the votes are
information.
going in right now. Here we go. It's like a slot machine. There's numbers going up and down right now.
Well, I think you also showed a horrible video for Secret World.
The SeaWorld video was poor, but I feel like I've also shown
It was probably the best Secret World video.
I mean, compared to the other,
it had airplane.
Yeah, it had
It had
airplane.
Muppets. It had
WoW.
different games in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had everything.
Amazing.
And that's what you get with Secret World. You just get a little bit of everything with that game. And you start tripping on acid, and the Muppets will show up. It's gonna be crazy.
Well,
but I feel like we've talked about Secret World enough. Like, we don't need to
think-
show more about that game.
I think the last thing we should say is just vote, as Vorgix said earlier, just vote for the game you want to play.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
Yep.
In other words, vote for Secret World Legend. I mean, the game you want to play. And yeah,
And if none of the games are really sticking out, then just vote for the one that you're most curious about. It doesn't have to be the one that you think you'd like the most. Like, vote for the one that you know the least about, and you would maybe want to check out, and you have people to talk about with.
Yeah.
And,
Ask people in chat. Look at YouTube videos.
yeah.
Find out.
Find
what you
live
want
streams
to
if there is. I mean, any of that stuff. Paragon is fat mouth.
Yeah.
That's the new meme right there.
do.
Yeah. Speaking of waifu,
Jesus.
I had mentioned earlier I might try to do like an alt night thing of waifu at some point, because I do kind of want to play that game again, even though it didn't win. So I thought maybe I'll do some night here. Maybe not like right as the cycle started, but maybe after the first week or something when things are quieting down. Maybe I'll do some waifu.
Another side
Yeah.
note I want to bring up is in, I think, 3 days now, Path of Exile is getting a really big expansion patch thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that to me.
You mentioned Path of Exile earlier, so
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, we should do maybe some all night stuff around that too, because there's quite a few people who like that game in the book club and
There are
have been playing
Too
it.
many things, man.
Too many.
There are just too many things.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things, but
There
like,
are a lot of things.
I want to give us stuff to do. You know,
There's a bit more variety for people to play games and stick around in the book club.
yeah,
Even
yeah. Just general chat
Later-
sometimes ain't cutting it.
later parts of the month when a lot of people stop playing the main cycle game.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Path of Exile is definitely a game that I've always wanted to check out. And I never really have. I've looked at it, but I've never played it.
And
Actually,
then,
no, I did play it for like 5 minutes. I think. I don't know.
It was one of the voting for the main. It didn't get to the runoff, but Star Trek Online is also having. I don't know if it's out yet. I need to do more research on it, but a big Deep Space Nine update, which is also supposed to be really cool, and I wanted to check that out.
All right, yeah. Yeah, well, we've talked about doing more of those streams, like the Occupy White Walls thing that we did,
Yes.
where we're kind of just playing a game and checking out a new game. So maybe we could do that kind of stuff, as a group. I think that'd be fun.
We should. And also, Occupy White Walls has a new update.
Oh,
Yeah,
Recently.
they've had two since
Oh.
we last played.
2 since last time, yeah.
well, I
So
think,
we should
I think
check
we
that
might
out
need,
again.
We might need to revisit Occupy White Walls this month. I think that would be a
That
lot of
was
fun.
a lot of fun.
We'll get the drunk Scotsman to go with us too, and we'll go check it out. Assuming he's not too busy shit posting. That's been his full-time job since he stepped down for mod.
Are you talking about Kraken?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He's just shit posting all day now.
It's his new job.
Yeah, he's playing Dark Souls currently, so he's like shit gaming currently. So
shit.
anyway, guys, I think that's gonna be about it. There's gonna be nothing else. Because there are no other loot boxes to open at the last minute here. I think that's gonna be it for the podcast. Thank you guys all so much for watching, hanging out in chat, and if you're just listening to the MP3, then thank you for doing that. It's all much appreciated. If you'd like to, if you're here as a guest, if you'd like to come join us, check out our subreddit at reddit.com/r/the MMO Bookclub and find out what we're all about. We play games as a group and we shitpost and we have fun. That's probably the
Also
commercial for
join
us right
the
there.
Discord as well.
Yeah, the Discord as well. Was it discord.gg/the MMO Bookclub, I think is the URL? It's all down below the stream down there. Just click those. I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't remember that one off the top of my head. But yeah, that's gonna be about it. Thank you guys both so much for joining me in this late but not too late edition of the nominations rundown podcast that I always enjoy doing. And we'll definitely get this done earlier next month because I want to cover all the games. But that was on me. I'm sorry for not scheduling it earlier.
That would have been a really long episode.
It would have been a really long episode because we had a lot of nominations. And I could the Draxton part would have been short because I would have just said this game looks bad and then we would have just moved on. But I would have put about as much thought into that as Kraken did on nominating it. So that was only fair. But yeah, I think that's gonna be about it. Thank you guys again. I'm gonna be repeating myself if I go down this road. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks again, guys, and you guys all have a great day. And we'll see you next time on the MMO. No, I was so close and I screwed up. The MMO.
Just say goodbye, Nick. Just say goodbye.
We're logging off. Peace, bro.